been working on this site for about 3 years now. It was left disused for about 18 years, and the local council asked us to come and open it up and work with the community to create a green oasis in the middle of Northwich.
Groundwork got the funds to be able to take over the site and make it a secure site for a community garden.
The site itself, before Grozone, was completely overgrown. We were picking up glass and rubbish and needles, and to look at it today, it's a completely different site.
All of the change that you see on site now has been created just with volunteers, and they've done an amazing job.
It's going to be made by them and in the long term for them.
Initially we worked with an intergenerational group, and they worked together to create the design for the garden.
I used to come down on a Thursday with school and do a bit of volunteering. We had to draw on the computers what we'd like in the garden. They basically took it all in and then made a design.
When he first came, he was really not very confident about the validity of his ideas or what he could actually give to the project. But really quickly we found that he would be a key member of the team, interacting with people of all ages and more being taken out of his comfort zone, but achieving and being successful at every level.
After I had my stroke, I the very old disability service contacted me, and I said to them that I wanted to do some kind of volunteer work as soon as I was able, Then 3 months later recommended this place, so I came along one day, and ever since then I've been coming most Wednesdays and Saturdays.
And he's also been taking up mosaic stuff at home, haven't you?
I took it up, I got a small kit, and then I progressed, did a few for a friend's wedding, and
unbelievable. He's now got his niece involved, and she's got her own little kit.
Niece comes to visit, weekends, and she always has her own little board and her own drawing. She's helped us with putting on different coloured tiles and stuff. Yeah, it's helped me with me manipulation of my hands and me balance and coordination throughout, I'm doing more and more things now than before.
There's a lot of people that have made new friends. Some of our volunteers are quite socially isolated, so it's really nice for them to come and spend some time outdoors, especially getting fit. A lot of people have learnt to eat new vegetables from growing them themselves. We've done quite a lot of training courses. Some of them are sort of quite informal, like hedge laying, country crafts, hurdle making. Some formal courses like City and Guild's practical horticulture training that Scott and his fellow students are involved with. And we also do sort of vocational qualifications in things like tool maintenance.
I've been working with the holly. Well, I've been outside in the garden. I've been doing a bit of digging and a bit of sorting out the borders along the side there.
Well, the beauty of this project is that people can do as much or as little as they like. This was the original drainage ditch for the nursery, the plant nursery that used to be here. Over the course of the last 20 or so years since the site was abandoned, it had silted up so that it was completely ineffective. The drainage system had totally broken down, and this part of the site had become very boggy. So we decided to utilise that and turn it into an actual bog garden. Everyone working here has got some sort of issue that prevents them being in the mainstream workforce. But you don't have to come here and do heavy work like this, digging a great big hole. You can come and rake paths, you can weed the flower beds. If you've got artistic talent, there's all sorts of murals and mosaics being done. I've been able to enjoy doing this because I've been able to put a lot of physical effort into doing it. I've got some mental issues that involve quite violent mood swings, but I've been able to kind of get on with it on my own, and then lately I've had other people such as Clarence coming to give me a hand, and it's helping me kind of reintegrate working with other people in a kind of cooperative way to achieve a goal. So I think that will help me ultimately get back into the workforce myself.
Yeah, and we can lift quite heavy stones and things now, you know. And he was backwards and forwards, Clarence. He was up and down like a yo-yo, picking up these slabs, and he's there, you know, carrying them up and down. So, yeah, it's hard work, but we've been doing everything. It's been really good.
When I first met Beth, I was very depressed and isolated. And I just found through gardening my confidence somehow grew. It was really strange. I never thought it'd be something I'd get into, but through the Grozone project I've achieved quite a few qualifications as well in organic food growing, composting, beekeeping. I went on a special beekeeping course. We did theory, and then we actually got the hives and got hands-on experience. Can be scary sometimes when they get a bit angry, but it's also quite fascinating, you know, and an unusual skill to learn, I suppose.
We get a lot of people who've got a diagnosis of anxiety and depression, and have probably been out of work through that, and are often quite isolated. They haven't been doing anything for quite some time, and often avoiding people getting introduced here. I've seen people, well, they've got a reason to get up, got a reason to get out, and their contributions here are really valued.
I came from a women's group, first of all, and it folded. So we got an opportunity to come to Grozone.
When you first came, you were quite nervous
Rocky.
and shy, weren't you? She was quite shy when she first came. But now you kind of choose your own tasks, don't you? And you're quite
Yes.
happy to go off and initiate
Yes,
tasks.
I
and
know what to do.
And you're actually
just
leading
do it.
other volunteers now, aren't you?
Sort of, yeah. I'm bossy. I've done everything in the past, and then it came to a full stop. So coming down here has brought everything back to me.
Anne's also growing flowers from seed for us at home and bringing them down here, so it's brilliant. Yeah,
I
really
did
good.
about 40 pots one day, so that's I wouldn't do that otherwise. That's what this Grozone's done to me. It's got me thinking of what I used to do, and it's all come back to me.
Through that, meeting other like-minded people who are really down to earth, I just formed special bonds with people, and we then it went on to create our own conservation group, and we've been going around the local community finding areas where we can improve the environment or make it into a useful place. It's just like wonderful watching something grow, you know, the power of nature and all that. So I would say that I'm a completely different person now to what I was 12 months ago. I was very withdrawn, depressed, very negative thinker, and now people have described me as being very enthusiastic and confident, and I've discovered that I can be a leader, which I didn't know, so it has completely transformed my life.
Once we started having success with Scott in the Grozone project, it was really easy then to convince him to try other things, and helping him become successful in other areas of his life. He also has managed to get himself a little job at a local organic farm, based on the hard work and skills he got from here.
When I leave school, I want to be a gardener. I've got lots of qualifications, like weed identification, seed sowing, learned how to use proper equipment, and that's why this course is really important to me.
Cynthia was helping out purely as a casual, almost volunteer, and she's now become, I would say, one of the three sort of backbone permanent volunteers. Without them, the garden wouldn't really exist. And she's now come onto the stage where she is a contracted sort of member of staff for days when we need extra help on site with the horticulture side of the garden. Over the last 12 months, the site really has come on in leaps and bounds.
We're hoping to get schools to come into the Forest Schools area with Grozone, and also to take the beekeeping equipment out to the schools to teach the children about bees and conservation of bees.
The work that's gone on down the site and benefits that's given to people, it just in some ways can't be measured.
I think it's important for social cohesion. I think it's important for people's mental health.
Yeah, it gives people the opportunity that maybe they never had before, and you're learning new skills and making new friends, you know, and it gets you out into the outdoors.
I employ people to come out to Grozone, and what really enjoy it is peace, tranquility,